Vision started here in downtown, but wait till you see where it landed. Coming up, we're going to head out to Horse Soldier Farms to talk to one of the men behind it all, Scott Neal.
Since before we were a nation, even before we were Americans, warriors have come home from conflicts and made whiskey.
I moved from downtown to the stunning grounds of Horse Soldier Farms. I'm sitting down with founder Scott Neal. His story is a part of American history, but today he's making Kentucky history. Well, Scott, thank you for inviting us out.
Well, thank you very much for joining us here in little town of Somerset.
Little town and with a lot of big things happening all around us. We are like literally in the guts of the operation.
This is where great bourbon's made, right? So it's surprising, the art and the science. This building is nothing but science, right? The most modern, the most capable, the most well-built distillery in Kentucky, and I get to say it.
You do, and you very soon get to welcome everybody in.
Yeah.
So talk to me about how your background in Special Forces, from Special Forces to Bourbon Baron, how did that journey with your team in the military develop into a passion for bourbon?
You know, we've been talking all day and you see these little isms, right? And you have to have some philosophies that ground you. And how did we get here is the word we. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, to go together. And this journey has been about us together building everything from the bottom up. I still believe in America. So we were soldiers and we were taught to fight for principles of freedom and honor and duty and country. But in the Constitution, it's life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that's every veteran's dream. Come home and pursue happiness. And you could still do it. And that's what we did. We built all of this from an idea.
After retirement,
Yep.
you guys are traveling around, kind of searching for that next passion. What was it about a video from a small town mayor from a Kentucky town that made you just stop in your tracks?
One is the unexpectedness is what's this, the click, right? You don't know today, it's either phishing or somebody sends you something that probably somebody shouldn't be seeing anyways. And it was just somebody I didn't know, so enthusiastic to tell you about the little town. Okay, I want to see your little town. He's taking you here, there, then there's scenes of Lake Cumberland, and now you're into it.
Yeah.
And you could build here, you could build here. It wasn't the who, right? It was the what. He was showing you what you would get if you come to Somerset. And like anybody, I think, who doesn't know Somerset, the first thing we did was Google it. So I like to say Google and giggle. We started giggling, and then we pass it around to each other. Check this out, check this out, check this out. And it's the seed. That video was the seed of this is possible. And so actually the first step was stopping by here, very unannounced, literally an hour out. We're here. And Alan brought out some members of the city council, some other folks, and started walking around and explaining why. Why Somerset? Who is Somerset? Why we are taking this, you know, and growing this. And you become captivated. So next is you got to bring the wives. No good decisions made alone.
If the wives like it, then it's definitely
And
in.
we came here, and it was a nice little ceremony. In October, they had a band called Gangster Grass. And it didn't belong, right? This gangster rap and this Kentucky bluegrass, but it fit. And we all giggled, we laughed, we had fun, we met wonderful people that have become friends. Then you know that's it. Now it's the exactly where. And the where moment came when Shane brought us on this hilltop right over here, and you saw Lake Cumberland, and you said, I'm going no further. This is the flag. And we spent the next couple months figuring out how we can make this a reality, and here we are.
I mean, you guys love bourbon. You loved hanging out, drinking bourbon. I think we've heard plenty of stories in Kentucky about a bunch of guys that decide to get together and say, hey, you know, let's get into this. But what was it for you all that you decided, no, really, we're going to do this very intentional, and we're going to do it in an area that's going to support us, and we're going to make this a bourbon that people appreciate from 100 years from now?
So once you have this kind of curiosity, So in special forces, it came from a very well-known general called knowledge dominance. When you realize you don't know something, you become obsessed with knowing everything about it. So we didn't know the history of bourbon. We didn't know that it was a distinct product of the United States of America. We didn't know the whiskey rebellion in the past. So every day you uncover this exciting tidbit that you share with each other. So knowledge dominance comes when, well, why is this a business? How do you make money? How do you make great bourbon? And because that was our training and background, is discover the unknown, we were using our skills we already possessed to then get to know the locals, get to know the community, understand how to build something. If the belief that they could do it, we could do it. And that became the bedrock of our brand.
And they won you over on that first visit.
Well, they did.
Without a doubt. But then
me?
what checked the boxes for you that, okay, welcoming community, got it.
Check.
But from a business perspective, we're able to do something much bigger than any other location we've ever looked at.
There are so many resources in the state of Kentucky when you begin to ask, how do we make this possible? So the state has a lot of resources from the tourism side that tells you how many visitors are coming. The aha moment was Lake Cumberland, 4 million. So you're telling me there's already an organic, I don't have to build an audience that exists. The Bourbon Trail, now 2.7 million. I am the shoelaces, this distillery between lake life and bourbon life, and we just have to bring it together. Then there was some factors that were unknown at the time, but the cost of energy here is very, very cheap. There's a power plant not far away. The rural community electric cooperatives brings in alternative energies. All these things fell in each little bucket when you investigate it. Finally, how and who could help us build this big dream? And that became a journey, and we found a great developer. And obviously, the person really putting this together is local, and all these trades are so excited. They want to be here on the opening as well.
You've been very intentional even with the architecture.
Yes.
It's not just a distillery. It's not just 240 acres in the heartland of America.
Yeah.
It is also a testament to your past, to 9/11,
Yeah.
to a living memorial. How did you build in very intentional details to make sure that you were honoring your heritage and honoring America with this build?
First of all, this started amongst friends, and one of those friends, Elizabeth, everything beautiful comes from her, and she listens like a good lady does. And the woman, we talk a lot. We kind of are the face and boisterous of the brand. But the attention to detail of the conversation of what was important to us, there are 12 fermenters because in a special forces team, there are 12. Hence the movie 12 Strong. You can see out there in our copper kind of screens and shades, arrows and hatchets. So the symbol for special forces and ranger is arrows and hatchets. There are 12 hidden items on the bottle. She designed it all by herself, and she didn't tell anybody, and we had to discover what they were. There are things in this building, in the commander's room, all around that we don't know until it reveals itself.
And that was important for you all
Yes.
to honor that.
It is but it's subtle,
Yeah.
right? We didn't want to get overly, it's imposed patriotism, right? You've got to be red, white, and blue, and there's 40 eagles flying around. All of that sometimes can be manufactured. Green Berets are the quiet professionals. When you come here, your patriotism should be quiet. Your passion should be quiet. Your love of community and church and God. All of that is subtle, but it's really what makes us who we are.
You've launched this partnership with the professional bull riders.
Yes.
And you've woven that partnership not only into your opening,
Yes.
but into kind of building a lot of anticipation for the greatest small town celebration for 4th of July, America's 250. What do you want people to experience, and what will they see here on the property during 4th of July weekend?
I grew up, and I remember as a young kid, the 1976, the 200th anniversary, and it was everywhere. The messaging, the banners, the red, white, and blue. I remember it was mandatory to change your flag, go help put it on veteran cemeteries. That shaped me. So when we started, understanding that we could match our 10th year anniversary, our grand opening, America's 250th, it was instant. But really what was missing is what is the community going to do? So as we began to talk as the community here, because it's us, right? We and us is very important here, is how do we make this the biggest small town 4th of July celebration? We're just one part of it. We're honored to be here. We're honored for the ground opening, but how do we bring the lake, the Somerset, the Burnside, this entire community is the showcase. Not, we're just the cherry on the sundae of small town America on 4th of July.
But you're bringing them an experience that they've never had here before. I mean, the grounds out back, what am I going to see here on the side?
You're going to see a 4,000 person arena erected from nothing. It'll come up in less than a week. Come out and see. We're going to actually have the bulls that they'll be riding will be stored into stockyards. We'll bring some downtown when the soapbox derby. I don't think I can put a bull in a derby, can I? Okay. I got ideas.
I wouldn't put anything past you guys, by the way.
Hey,
I think
we
if
are
you
not
can
short
imagine
on
it could
epic.
happen.
If this
Maybe
is
next
not
year.
epic, it shouldn't happen. Why? Because bourbon is bold, right? America is bold. If you're going to celebrate it, take it and think of everything you want to see in a celebration and just do it.
Love it. Scott, thank you so much.
America.
Love it. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks for inviting me in to be behind the scenes. It's the first time that I've been here, and I'll be back this summer.
I look forward to
not
having
on
you
a bull.
right up front. On the bulls especially.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Get ready for a Kentucky kind of summer, not just one destination, but a journey across the entire state, from the heartland of Kentucky to Lake Cumberland to Bourbon Country.
Town & Country Ford is powering this summer's Best Bet Road Trip Series. From rural Kentucky to the gates of a brand new distillery or wherever life's adventures may lead you.